We're going to begin this course by talking about what is chemistry. This is a list I would expect you to know by the end of the chapter. You should also use this as a study guide for studying for your quizzes and exams. In this course, we're going to talk about science. Science is the experimental investigation and explanation of natural phenomena. It is the knowledge from experience. In particular, we're going to talk about chemistry. When talking about chemistry, one might associate it with experiments happening in a laboratory, such as this crazy apparatus setup demonstrated in this picture. In reality, chemistry is closely related to our life. For example, our body is a big chemical factory where chemistry takes place constantly. Let's take food digestion for example. Digestion involves in chemical reaction of acids and the food with the help of digesting enzymes produced by the body. During the food digestion process, the food is broken down into smaller molecules. A second example of science is we apply science knowledge to technology. Hydrogen and oxygen react and transform into water vapor and produces heat. And the heat produced can be used to fuel a rocket to go into space. Chemistry is about the study of matter and transformations it undergoes. As you can see from this definition, it has two key aspects about chemistry, matter and transformations. We are going to be first focusing on talking about matter, and we will come to transformation toward the end of the lecture. Matter refers to anything that has mass and takes up space. For example, your textbook. Your textbook has mass and it also has volume, so it is classified as matter. The second example is air. Although you cannot see air, it still occupies a space, it has mass. Just imagine a tank filled of air. First of all, air fills the space of the tank, so it has volume. And the air-filled tank would have more mass than an empty tank. Therefore, air has mass. In chemistry, we classify matter into two broad categories. The first category is called pure substance. Pure substance has only a single type of matter. For example, gold and table salt. Gold is just made from gold atoms, and table salt is made from sodium chloride. It is only one type of matter. The second category of matter is called mixture. Mixture is made of two or more pure substances. Just a couple examples here. When you mix salt and sugar together, it becomes a mixture. Air is also a mixture. And in the next few slides, we're going to explain why air is a mixture, and we'll look into the subcategories of matter. Let's first look at pure substance. Pure substance is further divided into two subcategories. The first one is elemental substance. It is made up of only one kind of atom. For example, aluminum. If you can magnify a sample of aluminum, you can see a picture like this, with the aluminum atoms arranged in an orderly manner. Other than aluminum, you can find some other elements on the periodic table. In some cases, elements are made up of molecules. When two or more atoms join or bond together, they form molecules. For example, oxygen gas. We write it as O2, or we can put it in another representation. This shows that two oxygen atoms are bonded together to form a molecule. Although oxygen gas consists of molecules, there's only one type of atom present. It is oxygen. So oxygen gas is still considered as an element. The second subcategory of pure substance is compound. Compound contains molecules of atoms of two or more elements. Let me give you a couple examples here. Let's say table salt, sodium chloride. So it has the sodium element and the chlorine element, so it is a compound. Another example is water. Water has both the hydrogen element and the oxygen element. Next, let's look at mixture. There are two types of mixtures. The first one is homogeneous mixture. And homo, the prefix means the same. Homogeneous mixtures has the same composition everywhere. A homogeneous mixture is also called a solution. Let's look at a couple examples here. Okay. So salt dissolved in water is going to form a uniform mixture, and because it has the same composition throughout, so we would classify this as a homogeneous mixture. Another example is air, as we talked about earlier. Air is a mixture of nitrogen gas, oxygen gas, and some other smaller amount of substances. Air is a homogeneous mixture because it has the same composition everywhere, or the composition is uniform. Now let's look at the second type of mixture. It is heterogeneous mixture. The prefix hetero means different. So this tells us that a heterogeneous mixture does not have the same composition everywhere. For example, beach sand. Beach sand is heterogeneous because you can see different colored particles in it. A second example is milk. Milk is a heterogeneous mixture because when you are taking samples from different locations of the milk container, you're going to find different ratios of the watery liquid and the fat globules. sum it up. Matter is divided into two categories. The first one is pure substance, and the second type is mixture. To further characterize it, substance is divided into two different types. Elemental substance. Elemental substance only contains a single type of element. Some examples we talked about earlier: aluminum, and other examples like calcium, iron, and oxygen gas. The second type of pure substance is compound. It consists of more than one element. Examples are sodium chloride and water. Now let's come to a mixture. The first type is homogeneous mixture. It has the same composition everywhere. Examples are salt dissolving water, and air. On the other hand, we also have the heterogeneous mixture. It does not have the same composition everywhere. For example, the beach sand and milk.